Good morning, Daily Blu viewers. I am Chris Musto here with Christina Calandro of Infinite Business Connections. And we're here today to kind of talk and pick Christina's brain about a hot new craze wiping over businesses in Long Island called speed networking. It's kind of mixes speed dating with networking, and it really helps alleviate a lot of issues you might run into with conventional networking. Hi, Christina. So nice of you to join us.
Thank you for having me here today.
So real quick, I guess the first question I would have off the bat is, what is speed networking?
Well, speed networking is what I'd like to say. It's speed dating met the business world, and the product was speed networking. Runs just like speed dating. You're paired up with somebody face to face. You get really intimate. You talk about your 2-minute elevator speech. You talk about a little bit about yourself, because people like to do business with people.
Sure.
You talk about your business opportunity and who your client is.
Awesome. And so why would someone want to get involved with speed networking over conventional networking? What are some of the pros involved?
Some of the pros are, as I take care of that awkward entrance and exit, to where you don't you won't get stuck talking to somebody for a little too long. You'll have the opportunity to meet everybody in the room.
Sure.
In my meetings, I run 2 different rounds, so you meet everybody, and then at the end you can meet who you want to have a business connection with.
Cool. So you get your pick afterwards, your pick of the litter. So it is kind of like speed dating, and you're like, I like that one. I think I want to talk to them. That's very cool. And one of the interesting things, and I've gone to Christina's events, and one of the really cool things on my end, and I don't know if you could share some insight on this, is it really does remove that the fear of the icebreaker, because you got no choice. You got this person in front of you, and they know what you're there to do. You know what they're there to do, and there's no real awkward entrances. And on top of that, there's no awkwardly long conversations where you're like, oh man, this guy's talking about a recent death in the family and I don't know what to say here. I'm just gonna, kind of waltz on out. So I think that really just makes, it helps the process along and keeps it focused.
Well, you'll still get those conversations, but they only last 6 minutes long instead of 15.
Exactly, which is great. And it's really, really a fun and new way to do things. So when and where do you typically host your meetings?
I host my meetings on a monthly basis. They're on the last Monday of every month, and I rotate them from Nassau and Suffolk to spread the love on the island.
Very nice. Sharing the wealth there. That's very kind of you. And what sorts of professionals can other pros expect to see at these events?
No, great question. I've found that at my events, there's a wide array of professionals that will come to my events. So it's the big businesses like New York Life or marketing companies, to the mom and pop, to the startup, to blue chip marketing, to the single startup companies. The one thing that I can say with my meetings is I do limit my audience from 3 per industry and 1 per company. So you're not saturated. Yeah. You won't have 5 blue chippers there, posting the same thing. It's just you.
That's great. So you get a nice variety. You're guaranteed variety, basically.
Yeah, you're guaranteed variety, and you know that you're not going to be hearing the same pitch all evening long.
That's wonderful, wonderful. And what other services do you kind of offer beyond just the speed networking?
One of the things that I'm tapping into is the Lunch and Learn. We piloted that earlier this month. I feel that, especially if you're new...
Who was your speaker? I hear he was a fantastic fellow.
It was this guy, Chris
Musto, I believe, was one of your speakers there about social media, and it was a great honor to be there, and I think it was well received, and we did a fun job.
It was, because one of my goals is also to add an educational component to my meetings. Everybody who networks might not necessarily know what to do or what tools are at their disposal. Right. So it's definitely something I want to put out there of, we have all of these options, like you were talking about with Facebook and blogging and what this Twitter thing is. How do you tweet?
Well, that's great, and I think it went very, very well. When is your next event coming up?
It's June 30th. At R.J. Daniels in Rockville Center.
Very nice, very nice.
But you could see a complete listing of all of my events at infinitebusinessconnections.com.
So you heard it here first, www.infinitebusinessconnections.com. I am Chris Musto with Christina Calandro. This has been the Daily Blu, and again, you can check out all of Christina's events at www.infinitebusinessconnections.com, and we hope to see you at the next one. Thanks for joining us.